and fix it back together and make out as though I'd done it.
Yeah, there's a lot of points.
Just used to be able to take, yeah, but that's what I used to do, because I could do it. I could do the lines all around the top, get one line, but I could not. Honestly, I couldn't do it. I couldn't even do a side.
Adrian, what about you?
Terrible.
No, I couldn't do it, and actually I really admire that. And my son is 8, Jamie, and I gave him a Rubik's Cube, right?
Yeah.
And he's been trying for ages to do it. And the other morning, exactly what happened, he took it apart, put it together, said,
See, that takes a little bit, you know, finding a way to do it.
It's resourceful.
Do you know what the kids like these days?
You sit there and accuse Didier Drogba of cheating. You sit there and do your own son's taking it apart.
Where's the rules? Where's the Rubik's rules? Actually,
has he turned around and said, "Look, Dad, look what I did. I've taken the stickers off."
Darren, let's do the show without Adrian. Let's get rid of how many times he said? Let's do the show. Let's get rid of Adrian.
Dodgery, he is. I think he was angling for a job.
Do you know what's funny? I tell you what a good present is though, by the way. Do you know what's that thing I got where it's like and you got a rope and you have to throw it round the rope. Do you know what I mean? It's
skipping rope.
It's like it's like a piece of string. Kids
the little thing.
And the thing goes around in the middle.
Yeah, I know.
The kids love that.
I know what you mean.
Kids absolutely love it. I can't remember the name for it, but it's like a little string. And it's got a thing in the middle. You have to keep it.
Diablo.
Diablo. Correct. Diablo.
It's rubbish.
I bet the librarian told you. No, it was Joe that knew it.
Yeah, did you know it? They had Diablo. The kids at the minute love the Diablos.
Oh, okay.
That's the hot Prezi, I reckon, and it's cheap.
That's should be looked after. Good.
So,
excellent.
Brucey last night. Who's phoning in tonight? Do we know?
Well, hopefully Lord Mulwinny, because we're going to slaughter him today. Absolutely.
He's not as funny as Bruce.
As it goes, no, slightly more boring. However, I just find it absolutely astonishing that they've come up with no decision, not necessarily on the Leeds and Notts County, maybe they need to find out more information, but on the QPR, is that open and shut to you or what?
You would think so.
Absolutely cannot believe.
In a way, though, they're going to basically ask Briatore what he thinks. But I do
what he thinks about people's lives in F1. Yeah,
they're probably absolutely right to do what they're going to do. But at least, I mean, just because with the Chelsea thing that happened with Kakuta, they never even got a chance before the governing body delivered the view, and perhaps they've taken the view that it might be an idea just to chat to him before they finally do deliver the coup.
Correct. You've got to do it by the book. They've got to.
Are you winding me up?
No.
He is offered not just offered the instruction of giving the instruction for somebody to deliberately crash in F1.
Yeah.
He's then lied about it when they start the inquiry.
I'm just saying.
Well, there is no defence.
I'm just saying that I'm looking at it from their point of view. I'm saying that's what I think they're doing.
So what they're doing is delaying it even further, so he's still involved with a football club. That is no way to run football in this country. Why don't these people actually care about football? What the fans want?
What is he doing at the football club anyway? Do we know?
No, he's co-running it, sacking managers every now and then. That's what he's doing. He's involved in it, and if he's prepared to tell Nelson Piquet Jr. to do what he did in that race, what is he prepared to tell players to do? Who can tell?
He could probably play for him at the minute.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Carrying a bit of timber, as they say.
Oh,
anyway,
Cole's doing it.
It's Adrian and Goffey up next. Peter Hook from New Aldern Joy Division with us in the studio tomorrow. Clips of the week and all that. Have a fine evening.
People of Britain, beware, the moose is on the loose. Every Saturday afternoon, roving reporter Ian Abrahams is unleashed to get the word on the street from the UK's fans in the van. Look out for the Moose's Talk Sports branded Vauxhall Vivaro this weekend. He'll be parked up in a motorway services somewhere, mainly to take advantage of the 2 hours free parking and the easy access to chips and pasties. Be the Vauxhall fan in the van. Every weekend on Matchday Live on Talk Sport with the Vauxhall Vivaro, the van that spends more time on the road.
Hannah, we have to talk. Me and you, it's just not working now.
Huh? But you
Don't make this more difficult, Hannah. We're just wrong together.
Nobody knew how Hannah Robertson would cope with the big conversation. But then, nobody knew Hannah was 25% Australian.
So, where do we go from here?
Well, if we leave now, we can still make singles night at McGinty's. You up for it?
Fosters, get some Australian in you. Brewed in the EU. Have you ever, A, let your mate cut your hair because he said he'd done it loads of times? B, wandered into the ladies and wound up with 2 black eyes and a phone number? C, met some mates at a party and ended up injecting drugs?
There are loads of things you might have done in your life. If C is one of them, you might have hepatitis C. Most people have no symptoms for years, but it can be fatal. Treatment is now available. So if you've ever injected drugs, ask your GP for a test. For information on other ways you can contract hepatitis C, visit nhs.uk/hep C or call 0800 181 4224. Hepatitis C. Get tested. Get treated.
Increasing demand has led to used car prices actually rising, which means Polar Ford can now make this incredible offer to existing Ford owners. Right now, you can get back exactly what you paid for your car when you choose your next car from our selected range. The Polar Ford 10-day money-back offer must end on Sunday the 18th of October. Call into your nearest dealership or visit polarford.co.uk. Offer available for cars registered between June 07 and December 08 with original cash price of £11,000 or less, subject to cap average mileage and condition indicators.
From the Sky News Centre, commercial radio station of the year, Talk Sport. News at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Robin Shenhofer. David Cameron's delivered his keynote speech to the Conservative Party conference in Manchester. He says he's going to confront Britain's culture of irresponsibility if he's voted in next year, and that Tory budget cuts will ensure prosperity for the nation in the long run. He also took time to take a swipe at Labour.
Next year, Gordon Brown will spend more money on the interest on our debt than on our schools. More money on the interest on our debt than law and order, or on child poverty.
In other news, postal workers have voted in favour of a national strike threatening widespread disruption to mail deliveries in the coming weeks. Members of the Commercial Workers Union are unhappy about modernisation plans that will affect jobs, pay and services. The number of new swine flu cases in England has risen again over the last week. Health officials estimate 18,000 people caught the virus compared to 14,000 the week before, after being told yesterday to step up their preparations by a senior FIFA official. England's World Cup 2018 bid team are turning to some of the Premier League's foreign stars. West Ham manager Gianfranco Zola has been made an ambassador, along with the likes of Portsmouth Kanu and Manchester City's Roque Santa Cruz. And finally, the base rate of interest has been kept on hold again this month at 0.5%. For the weather this afternoon, should be dry and sunny, highs of 16 degrees Celsius.
Talk Sport Sports Update with the Mitsubishi L200 Trojan. Tackles anything.
And then Drew McKenna will start with football. England have already booked their place in the World Cup finals next summer after 8 wins out of 8 in the qualifiers. They've done so, scoring 31 goals in the process. Ahead of Saturday's game